Yeah. Welcome to a new episode. That is season 3 of the Round Circle. The gang is back. Fifth General Zacchaeus and Cinema Escapes. All
Yeah.
right, let's go.
Mhm.
It's been a
Yeah.
minute. We had got
Yeah.
done before the
Yeah,
year ended
man.
with Mrs. Z and Fifth, and now we back to regular scheduled programming. Back with the Round Circle podcast. That's what happens when the three of us get together. We starting
Mhm.
out the season in the right way, camming up.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you know, we gonna
What's up?
yeah, you know what I mean. Everybody's
Yeah.
faces all at once. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna get into these topics. So I just saw earlier today. Actually, let me give more context because people are like, "Well, what's today mean?" Well, as we're recording this is pre-recorded. This is April 12th. Okay, and I saw according to saw on Facebook. This is according to IGN News. Comedian Gilbert Gottfried. I'm gonna just read the post. The legendary comedian known for his stand-up and for his distinct voice work as Lago in Atlanta. I'm sorry, Aladdin, and as the Aflac Duck, passed away at the age of 67 after battling with a long-term illness. Not sure what illness that is, but Gilbert Gottfried was born in 1955. Um, we all recognize. So there's going to be a lot of people who don't know who this guy is in this generation,
Yeah,
respectfully,
this
and
generation.
just respectfully.
Respectfully, yes.
Um,
Mhm.
but if you know, you know. This man's
Mhm.
voice was for real. It wasn't made up. Because I know some people was like, "Who talks like that?" No, that's how he really talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With
Oh,
that,
Yeah.
with
Yes.
with that,
mhm.
with that, with that charismatic, you know, uh, kind of sound like a parrot kind of talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yes.
what's funny
Mhm.
about him is that his voice was so funny. People are laughing before he even gets to the punchline
Exactly.
because of just
I
how he
remember.
talks. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I remember seeing him on it was on something I saw. I think on it was either who it was on someone on E Network, and he was telling a story, and he was like one day. I remember when I got up one time in the morning, and this one guy he asked me, and everybody's laughing, and he's like, wait a minute, let me get the joke out, let me get it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I believe
Mhm.
I believe that was his gift. His gift was his voice,
His voice.
and
Yeah.
Yes.
I,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I believe his comedy act was just his voice. No matter, even if the joke was corny, you laughed at
Yeah.
him because his
His
voice.
voice.
Don't nobody sound like that, and then because a lot of us thought that's his shtick. That's how he's getting his jokes off. That's how the man really talks. He talks like that 24/7.
No doubt. And he's funny
He's
He's
on
fun.
funny.
top
Yes.
of it.
Exactly. He is funny. That's the
Yeah.
thing. He is
Yes.
funny.
Yes.
But
He's
he
hilarious.
is funny. But I think what's also part of his hilarious nature is just his voice. It just
His
adds
voice. Yeah.
to it,
Yeah. 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 His
you
voice.
know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because if somebody would deliver his joke, it wouldn't be the same.
Exactly.
No, it won't be this. No, because yeah,
No,
he has such a distinctive voice, man.
exactly. What y'all
Hmm.
what y'all got to say? Anything y'all remember in particular about him that you want to highlight?
I remember him in some showing up on some sitcoms. And when
Yeah.
he showed up in some sitcoms, it was so funny. I'm like, why is he talking like that? He's like, hey, why don't and I just forgot what sitcom he showed up in. It was so funny. It was one of the was one this is during the golden era of sitcoms anyway.
Uh huh.
But it was one of the is one of was it a different was it I'm trying to think what show it was. I'm trying to remember. It wasn't Living Color, it was be little bit it was like the late 80s. I, it was a late. I'm trying to think who it was, but he did a lot of appearances. Oh man, and
Yeah.
and he just stood out. And every time he get on the scene, it would just make people just laugh and just I will miss his voice, you know.
Mhm.
I'm gonna miss it. A lot of people don't know. A lot of young people don't know him today, but his voice was very distinctive, man.
Right. Yeah.
You know, just thinking about it make me laugh because it's just his voice is just unbelievable. Oh man, I can't believe he's gone. Condolences to him and his family. I can't believe he's gone. Oh
Yeah, man.
can't believe he's gone.
67.
Yeah.
I don't know what the long-term illness is, but
Yeah.
seems like he's been dealing with something for a long time. And maybe what they're trying to say is the illness that he had probably didn't have a cure. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, there's, anything?
Countless credits, and for the gaming community, he's been in the Lego Batman games, other games, plenty of video games.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Wow.
He's
Yeah.
done a lot of stuff with College Humor.
Yeah.
As of late, that's what he was doing, and so, from kid shows to appearances on Hannah Montana, all sorts of stuff. This dude's had
Wow.
and a lot of his work is you don't see his face either. He also could imitate voices and do other things too. Very talented person. Gonna be missed. Touched a lot of people.
Yeah.
He was hilarious, and his stand up was good too.
Yeah.
His stand up was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'll never forget because the delivery and knowing his voice was the joke, and like
Mhm.
Yeah, just knowing his voice, and a lot of the young people today gonna miss that.
right.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't
But
know.
when they'll find out when they find out in the
Right, that he was in Aladdin
in.
and all them other things. Yeah, I think, well, you know what it is? The reason why I said this generation, I'm talking about real young, because I was young when I heard about him. I grew up, so of course I know, right? So if you're my age, you know.
Right.
If you're my age, you know.
Right.
But if you are,
Yes.
if you were born in the 90s, you might not know. 2000s, you might not know who Gilbert Godfrey is, but if you're like me, you're like me and you was born in the 80s, you know who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
or the 70s, you definitely know.
oh well,
Yes.
yeah. Right. I was just stating that out of the three of us, I'm the youngest, so I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace, Gilbert Godfrey. God bless his family.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was the voice of the Aflac Duck. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know. I thought it was. I thought it was somebody imitating him.
Right.
But I didn't think it was him.
I know. Aflac Duck.
Yeah.
Aflac.
They said that he was the voice of the Aflac Duck, and I'm thinking, wow, I didn't put two and two together that would be him. I thought that was just somebody trying to sound like him because they think that's how a duck would sound if he talked. You know what I'm saying? Because ducks quack, so they probably thought, well, let's try to do like a Daffy Duck / Scrooge McDuck combination and give it to the Aflac Duck. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other news. Before we get to our main topic, what the heck?
Word.
I saw a video on IG. It looked like something out of the movie Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
With John Travolta and Denzel Washington. I said, what the heck is this? A train heist? So somebody decide to get on the train and do some straight up foolery, savagery. Get on a train. This is one reason. This is one of the things that I used to hate about. I'm not in New York no more, but we're all from there. And Zacchaeus is still there, so he understands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things I hated was being on the train, and I hate to say this, but almost every time I got on the train, although my antennas were up, always had that fear like, ooh, if something go down, can this train stop so I can get the heck out in time? So this happened while the train was moving. In between a stop. I see video of there's two videos. There's a video from somebody in the other cart, and then there's video with people getting off the train, right? But there's no video yet of somebody recording in real time in the cart that the situation happened. Somebody lit off a gas canister. I don't know if it's tear gas, smoke gas, whatever the heck it is. Probably not tear gas because I don't see the effects of people responding to tear gas. But I would say probably a smoke bomb, right? Some type of smoke canister, canister.
Yeah.
Somebody threw it in the train. Somebody opened it off in the train. Now back in New York, everybody's still wearing masks, right?
Right.
Where I live in Houston, Texas, there's not much mask wearing. I'm pretty sure where you at in North Carolina, to the party you at in Cinema, not much, right? Okay. So we still have strict rules in New York back with the mask wearing. So they are having a hard time identifying this man because everybody got masks on, right? So somebody decides to bust shots. I'm guessing the same person who lit off the canister, and you can't see, so people getting shot.
Some people.
So Zacchaeus, read the article. That way we can get a full,
Yeah, some people still. Some people like I guess it's optional right now for masks, but quite a few people still have it wearing it in New York City.
Right.
Now I'm gonna read the article that was posted today.
Right.
It says suspect at large after 10 shots at Brooklyn subway station. Now, as I scroll down, what we know so far, the shooting, 10 people were shot at a Brooklyn subway station this morning. Officials said at least 29 people were treated at nearby hospitals in the injuries, none of which were life-threatening. Wow, surprisingly.
Thank God.
According to the hospital representatives, the suspect authorities said that the suspect, who remains at large, put on a gas mask. Remember, like the Zodiac killer back in.
Yeah. And for those who recently seen Batman, know what that's about.
Yeah, a gas canister, and then began shooting. Investigators have called phone videos from an eyewitness that shows the suspect. Sources say the investigation, the NYPD says that they are currently seeking a person of interest in the shooting who they believe entered the U-Haul van, whose keys were found at the scene. Police are investigating whatever he has connection to. The shooting have not named him as a suspect. So guess what? He's still at large. Then they haven't found him. I haven't seen no face or nothing like that. It's crazy.
Right.
I haven't seen anything of this shooter, But just like, hey guys, if y'all don't know your history, go back. I mean, not y'all, not fifth, not cinema, but people who are listening,
right?
Young people who are listening,
right?
The Zodiac, they haven't found the Zodiac killer at all back in '69 when he did this. When he actually murdered people. This guy shot people today.
Well, the intent. Let's just say this. Let's just say this. His intent probably was the murder, but his stupid behind couldn't see. Okay, thank God for that. Thank God he couldn't see. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank God. Oh, Lord, forgive me.
I didn't think it was through.
Look, thank God he couldn't see because his aim was whack, right?
Yeah.
But it sounds like he had intent to kill. So you got to get him on those charges. You have to. That is dangerous.
Very, very dangerous.
Because if he's still at large, this could happen again.
Yes, it can.
Hey, that's a CNN article I sent you, right? Does it say what number train it was on?
Let me see. I mean, let me see if they went into that. Oh, my light.
Yeah, your light just went out.
Yeah. Let me see if they went into that real quickly. What train it was on? I know it was in Sunset Park in Brooklyn.
Okay.
in the Sunset Park area in Brooklyn. But let me see if let me see. They didn't say what train line. I'm not seeing the train line at all, because usually, let me see. Usually they would say that, but in this article, I'm not seeing what train line it was on.
Well,
That's
CNN might not be that.
Yeah, so far, Sunset Park in Brooklyn.
Let me check the New York local news, right? So
yeah,
let's
local
see,
news. Yeah,
ABC 7.
ABC 7.
ABC,
Yeah.
so they just posted a guy, and I won't say his name because I don't think I should do that yet.
Yeah.
Because you know, I don't want no mistaken identity situations going on our show.
Oh no.
Okay, so I don't see the number train yet.
N train. It was the N train.
Okay.
Oh, the N train.
Okay.
Oh, the N train. Okay.
Manhattan bound N train, making
Yeah.
express stops just before 8:30 a.m.
Oh man, you know what, man?
Rush hour.
Rush hour. The N train.
Yo,
if you're stuck on that, that's on that express track.
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
you're in between those stops,
it takes longer. Yeah. It takes longer.
Goodness. Yeah, because you're on that track and you have less stops. You're not on that local track, so you're not like local stops.
Yeah,
you're on a long.
You're skipping
express.
some stops. Yeah, you're skipping some stops before you could even.
Oh my goodness! If the conductor, nobody knows that's going on, you know, he could have stopped and then you see the smoke and stuff, but you don't, like when the train's moving, you might not be able to tell.
No,
unless you're in the car next to it. That's how, you know. That's how the subway is.
From my estimation,
oh my goodness.
It looks like it was in the middle of the train.
Middle of the train? Oh man.
Or far away from a mid-train conductor, because you know we have like sometimes 2 or 3 of them. You'll have one in the back, you'll have one in the middle, kind of, and then you have in the front.
But if it was near the mid conductor, he would have locked himself in, and there would have been cops.
That's true. He would have locked himself. Yeah, he would have locked. Yeah. Wow.
So it might be somewhere in the middle of the train, but not a conductor car. So this guy.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Right.
Let's just say that. He knew what he was doing. And it looks like from one angle I saw, you know how you could walk through from cart to cart. It looks like somebody tried to open. Yeah, it looks like somebody tried to open it.
Right, on the leather
from an angle that I saw, it looks like somebody was like pulling on it.
Right.
Wow.
Right. The leather trains, you don't have that thing where you could open anymore.
Yeah.
The number trains still do.
Yeah.
Unless that's changed too.
That could have
basically
due to certain safety laws.
Exactly.
It could have because I remember before I left New York, if a cop saw you going through the cart, you can get a fine, possibly arrested.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know.
Right. Yeah. Post 9/11.
Yeah.
And so like going in between the cars, they might have locked the number trains too, because the letter trains have always been locked.
Yeah.
The conductor has a key for the key that works.
Right. He could do it. Right. The conductor can do it. Yeah.
Right. Because, you know, the IRT and the 2 different style trains and companies they were.
Yeah.
So the letter trains take those bigger trains and the number trains are thinner.
Right. Yeah. The number train, the letter trains are still old. They're older. Right. We've had them for a longer period of time. So they're old, like the R, the Q, the B, and all that. The A train. Yeah. Those are old. Anyway, well, it's been almost 5 years since I've been in New York, so they might have had some.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But they always change in transit and the numbers and the route.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's New
true.
York,
and that's the thing. I would
welcome to W train.
And I would take the N sometimes, man. You know, when I had to, when I was going to school, when I was going to college.
I took the N&R to audio school.
See?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, I remember the Q train. I remember those trains. Oh man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man, that.
And then remember when the N wasn't going over the bridge; it was going with the R for a while.
I drive everywhere now, but most of the time I'm driving.
Yeah, once I got my license. Unless I was going to Manhattan, I still took the train to Manhattan because if you drive in midday Manhattan, it don't pay. unless you're going out at night when nobody's there anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So that could have been a worse situation than it was.
I'm
Thank
sorry to hear that,
goodness.
but they're name dropping now. But the thing is, I want to kind of hold my peace about it because I feel like I don't want to have a mistaken idea. You know, yeah,
Right.
you know
Right
how
now
it
it's
is.
allegations. It's not
Yeah,
he's
right,
not on trial or nothing.
right.
So
Right.
exactly.
Because he had a mask on, as the article says.
Right. I saw.
So
Yeah.
how
I
do
seen
you
it.
how do you know
Yeah.
who it is? How do you know who it is that fast?
Mm.
So I'm gonna reserve my judgment, and if we have an
Mhm.
update on it, then I'll say it later.
Yeah.
But
Let due process do what it do.
I'll let due process
What
do
it
what it
do?
do.
That's right. Mhm.
So I want to send a best wishes to and prayers to all the victims, man, because let's just hope
Right.
it's just still wounded and not something that graduates to something critical due to too much
Yes.
blood loss.
Right.
Yes, we don't need that. Yes.
You know, God
Right.
forbid
Yes.
somebody got shot in the leg, and because it wasn't nursed in time, they lost so much blood. Now they got to get a transfusion, and God forbid they done went into it. You know what I mean?
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Went into a
All you gotta do
coma or
is
something like
remember-
that, or bled to death.
Mhm. And you know what's going to happen? It'll escalate the city. You remember what the city was like post 9/11.
Son,
Oh yeah, we beefed up security. Oh my God.
Couldn't do
Listen,
nothing
this is the last thing you need to happen in a public
right now.
right now. This is the last thing you need. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta charge my battery. Hold on a second. I'll be right.
All right. I'm gonna have
Laptop, yeah.
go off cam. I'm gonna go have you go off cam for a second. But yeah, it's look, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know. I don't know. But
Right. The situations like that, especially with everything that's going on there, in New York, especially post pandemic, that's the last thing they need.
yeah, it's crazy.
Because that yeah.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Yeah, man. That's all we need, man.
Right. And you're there living,
Living
it's-
in New York, yeah. Not in New York.
I mean, and you know what? This could happen anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right,
this could have
period.
happened on a bus. This could have happened in any city where we have public transportation. You know,
yeah.
this could happen
Yeah.
anywhere. So, I mean, I just want people to really watch their safety. Or if you got a feeling in your gut that today's not the day, or I'm gonna
Don't go.
then don't go.
Don't
You know what I'm
go.
saying? Don't ignore that.
You know what it is? Because you know what people some people go to work faithfully. Some people go to work faithfully. So it's kind of that's it's like the perfect targets. It's like 9/11. The people go to work, faithfully every day, a routine. And nobody expected that. Nobody expects anything to happen, but it's a routine when people go to work and people and it's really bad because you see inflation is here and now the crime is up
Mhm.
like ever before. There's robberies, there's scammers everywhere. So we got and the shootings in New York City been happening like at least every week.
We've been having shootings down here too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Shooting in Greensboro a couple of days ago.
Wow.
I lost a relative in Salisbury to shooting.
Oh no, sorry. Condolences.
So it's it's the times, and you don't need something people doing big things like things we don't need to be going on right now with all that's
Yeah.
already going on,
Mm.
That's the last thing you need, So, good. Hopefully the people recover. It won't, not no long-term damage, but
Yes,
that's just chaos.
it's just chaos. Yes, it's chaos. A lot of chaos, and we're just hoping that. And it was a miracle that nobody passed. But it's just the beginning. So we're just seeing what happens and seeing. We're just trying to get some updates on that. We're trying to get
Right.
some updates on it. It's great.
So when they get themselves together, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, you can't even, when the press puts out a name or puts out something, you cannot run with it.
We
Yeah.
are living in some. Yeah.
You know how that is now.
Yeah.
Well, because the one thing you don't want to, the one thing about this is when you have an article saying, oh, well, we don't know who it is, and then you got another news publication saying, oh, well, we know who it is, and it's like, whoa, because one of the things Denzel Washington said was, responsible media is being correct first, not
Yes.
being first, then being correct second. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Today's media is, well, we're going to be first. Okay, but is it accurate? Okay, so you want to be, you want to make sure the fact, you want to make sure you are being true as opposed to just being first. And I understood exactly what he's saying. You know that set him up because remember I'll bring up a situation. We covered Bill Cosby's situation closely. At the time, you lived closer to Philly.
Right.
And you was able to give us more local insight onto what was going on and to prove the theory that a lot of publications, they care about just being first.
Right.
As opposed to being right.
And then that information that I shared with you ended up exonerating him.
See? Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. That's why it's good to wait until you get all facts straight.
All the information, all the facts first. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So let's get into our main topic.
Yeah.
All
right.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Now everybody has been talking about the Slapgate. Will Smith, Chris Rock.
I don't mean to laugh, but the memes just come straight to your head.
Right.
Right.
So
I'm not laughing at the situation.
No, I know. I'm
just letting y'all know who watch, listening.
Yeah.
Like when I think of something, I just crack up because of the meme.
We're gonna take our time.
Yeah.
We're gonna get through all of this. All right. So I'm gonna say this. Everybody's been saying, was he wrong? Was he right? Could Chris did this? Could Chris did that? We'll get to that, but I kind of want to make sure that we use this story as a teachable moment, as opposed to just sticking on of what Will and Jada and Chris Rock situation. So we have to draw it out so that for our audience knows exactly where we're going. So we do have to go over the facts of what happened that night. I mean, everybody saw with their own eyes, okay? Whether you watched the whole night or you just saw that clip go viral. There was a joke. Chris Rock was doing his kind of like his monologue. He was presenting an award, right? Reading off a teleprompter. Okay, I want to put that out there. He said a joke that he said in these words: Jada, love G.I. Jane 2, looking out for it. Will Smith was laughing at first.
Yes, he was. He was laughing.
Then Jada Pinkett's face had that, I don't know about that joke. Looks at Will, and all you heard was Palpatine's voice, execute order 66.
66.
And Then you see, then you see, then you see, Will Smith. You see West Philadelphia's own,
Philadelphia, born and raised.
on the
Born
playgrounds
and
where he
raised,
spent
but
most
my
of his
days.
days. He's walking on the stage, and Chris Rock goes, he had a everybody hates Chris moment, right? And he said, and then you saw Muhammad Ali formation slap come from the right to the left. Okay.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
And then he walks back to his chair,
Seat.
and then he decides to yell out expletives.
Yes.
Keep my wife's name out your bleeping mouth. Chris Rock
Right.
says, wow, dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Will Smith doubles down.
Yeah.
Keep my
Mhm.
wife's name out your bleeping mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He went up a few octaves on that last part. He wanted to make sure he was
Yes, he
understood.
did. He did.
Okay.
He did, man.
I will.
Lupita
Mhm.
Lupita Nyong'o was sitting right behind him, and as
Yeah,
you can
she
see in the
was
video
there,
clip,
yeah.
her reaction was like,
Exactly.
right. So
Mhm.
what Will Smith had was a when keeping it real goes wrong moment.
Mhm.
Shout outs to Chappelle Show.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
in the Boondocks, Will Smith had a N-word moment.
Yes.
You could pick either two for this definition. Okay. Chris Rock, Brooklyn native, being the responsible, legendary comedian that he is,
Mm-hmm.
and he decided to keep it professional, keep on going.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna ask this question. Zacchaeus, you are the married man on this panel.
Exactly.
I want to
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
your opinion. I want to ask your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, comedian.
Mhm.
Will, actor. Who's done comedian? Who's done comedy?
Yeah.
Right? Jada.
Okay.
Right. Jada Pinkett.
Had a
Although
whole episode about it.
right, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Mhm.
Although she is his wife, she's more than just his wife.
Mhm.
She is a actress and a public figure herself.
Yes.
I'm giving context here because I've seen a lot of podcasts and they're not giving that context right. They're just saying, "Oh, you don't disrespect somebody's wife like that. That's wife. That's his wife." Okay, yes, that's his wife, but understand that she is also a celebrity herself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now, Zacchaeus, overall, your opinion:
Mm-hmm.
who was right in this situation and who was wrong? I will give you all the time.
Yeah, let me take my time with this one because I'm gonna just go out and say that Will let his emotions get the best of him.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
His wife, Jada, could have protected him by maybe. I'm just saying that maybe by him asking what he's doing by going up there. Like, what are you doing going up there? Or grab them and say,
Okay,
"What are
like
you
saying,
doing?"
"Baby, don't do it." Like you mean like that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's protecting him.
Yeah.
Now it's weird because when you look at the footage, Will was laughing all the way.
Yes.
And then
At first,
in a
yes.
split second,
Yeah.
when the camera went off, and he walked up. I thought the brother was gonna give him a hug while laughing. Now, it didn't look serious at first.
Right. It looked like it looked like a bit. It looked like a skit.
It's skit, yeah.
Yeah. People. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But then when he sat down and when he blurted out those words, I said, "This man is serious. This man is not joking. This man is serious." Now I hear a lot of sisters say, a lot of people, not just black women, but women saying the whole that I want a man like that can protect me like that. Now, I'm a big advocate that your emotions can get you in trouble, right? Your emotions can land you in jail. Your emotions can get you killed too, right?
Facts.
So
Facts.
so if you're gonna carry and I believe too that there's ways of doing things. There's always approach to different things. There's always approaches. Now, and I've been saying this too that Will could have grabbed Chris, being that they're two brothers, two black. It looks bad for us too as people because Will could have to say, Will could have grabbed Chris at the end of the show or at the, just pull him aside and say, "Yo, that was not cool when you brought, she has out a picture, and it's not cool that you actually brought it up." And Chris would have probably respected him for that and be like, "Yeah, okay, I'm sorry about that." He could have respected him for that, but Will. And this is a lesson for all of us. He let his emotions fly. Now Jada didn't even when Jada was getting interviewed, I think maybe a week ago, she didn't even defend him and say, "Well, Will, sorry guys, let me that was my husband. He did it to protect me, but he did it in the wrong way." I think she came off and she said something about, well, that was not the right way to do it. If he did it and to protect you, you should at least try to protect him by certain words that you use. But in a way, you left the man out there to dry. Now, I don't know what's going on in their relationship. It's not, we ain't gonna get into that, but there's certain ways to do that, certain ways to protect each other. Certain ways to protect each other because Will, the way how he jumped off and said you should, it's just I was kind of, to me, I looked at it like an embarrassment, like, oh shucks, why did he do that? Oh, there's certain approaches how to do things. Don't do that. When I seen it for the first, why did he go up there and then this Chris Rock is a legendary comedian too, just like he, and he paid his dues. He's a black man that's trying to do his thing up there, and the joke. And let's just face it. Let's face it. The Mary. It was the Mary Jane joke, not the G.I. Jane joke was not that serious to get a slap. It was not that serious to get for him to get assaulted like that. For Chris to get assaulted like that, it was not that. The way how Will went up there and snapped Chris, you would think he said, "Man,
that's line
exactly."
KG and Mello. Now that's
exactly. Now let's go back. Let's swing back to 2016. Like when Chris Rock said, it's like getting in Rihanna's panties. Jada's been protesting the Oscars. I heard it's like me trying to get into Jada's panties, but he ain't.
No, wait. No, he said.
Say it right.
Hold on. He said me boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't gonna get him anyway. That's what he said. Anyway. That was an old joke.
Yeah, and
it's still funny. It's still funny. Chris Rock is hilarious.
He's hilarious, yeah. But I listen. I have to applaud Chris because Chris was cool, man. He just took it like he said, "Yo, I can't believe Will Smith just slapped the out of me. I can't." He took it like a champ. But I mean,
another angle shows Jada laughing after the slap.
Oh, see, see. No,
they made a meme out of that.
Now I've been hearing other speakers, man. I've been talking about the matter, man. I've been hearing other speakers talking about the matter. I heard from this angle. I heard it from maybe I should mention his name. I don't know, but I heard from this brother was going off on this matter. He was saying that that's now hear this out. Now he's a black conscious dude, and I'm sure you're familiar with him. He said quote unquote that slap was for all the brothers that been cooning, trying to make white folks laugh. How dare he get up there and try to make a joke out of a sister, a black sister in front of these white folks? That slap is for saying, I'm sick and tired of putting sisters at the forefront to be a joke for white folks to laugh. No. And I said, doctor, I can, maybe I can make, can I mention his name? I don't know. But
Go
that's
ahead.
what he said. Dr. Umar Johnson said that. He was saying, oh, and I was like, it's a joke, and it's not really. I don't think it was so serious. And but he was shouting it and saying it, and to me, Chris was just Chris was doing what he do, be funny, be a comedian, do what he do. And I didn't think it was so serious, but apparently Will took it to a point where I couldn't believe it was the same Will Smith I was looking at. I've never seen Will now. All these years I know Will, even on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, even after the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I've never seen Will Smith on an interview use profanity in my life, man. And a different person I was looking at. But that's when to sum up the whole thing. That's what when your emotions get the best of you, and then when you, I mean, I've been hearing things, man. I've been hearing that Will love Jada more than Jada love Will. I've been hearing a lot of things, man. But I don't want to get into it because I know I'll be here all night talking about people's comments and opinions. But I'm just gonna say when your emotions get the best of you, that's where you get in trouble. That's it, man.
Okay.
That was my
Cinema. You go, because I'm about to say something.
I'm gonna say some things.
Okay.
Number one, you're dealing with Hollywood.
Okay.
We're talking. They didn't take Harvey Weinstein's Oscar. They better not take Will.
Repeat that.
You know where I am. Twitter, CinemaScapes.
Yes, yeah.
Come at me, bro. But as a person who is, you guys know me.
Yes.
I take, like, some people who don't respond to things until they explode. It wasn't even a joke. It was Will at his breaking point. And we don't like to talk about mental health.
Speak on it.
That broke him at that moment. So you finally got all the venom of everything in one moment. After that was over. Then when you come back to yourself, you realize I've been crazy. See, people don't realize why I walk away. It's a blessing to you. Because I'm not going to have a confrontation. I'm not going to go there. It's better for me to keep my peace and things never to be said. Because once you say something, you can't take it back. If I know. And a lot of times I'm not angry at people. I'm not angry at situations, and I'm not going to deal with this situation. Because if you go to a situation and you keep dealing with it, you're going to flip. Yes. You have to let it go. So we don't even know what was going on in that man's life. But that moment was, we talk about it. The snap. You come out yourself. You do some crazy stuff. And the whole thing is, people act like they ain't never snapped on nothing or never done it. They didn't slap somebody physically, but they came out their mouth.
And they come out, yeah. Is it really? Yeah.
And so you have all these people. I'm like, the whole thing is, I'm good. Yes, let me go there.
This is the round circle.
It's like,
man. Go ahead.
Right. People follow some preachers that have done worse and act like they're God still. And there's evidence, and people know. And some of those people, I ain't gonna mention no names in their timeline, you're crucifying Will Smith. Because, Is there a difference? Are we human? What it is cancel culture has gotten so ridiculous that you can't be human and you can't make a mistake. And they, instead of trying to redeem you, they throw you away. We have a system for that for Black people. It's called jail.
Hello, man. Yeah.
They want to take you out of society and not even redeem you and not do anything to redeem you. But, you know, we don't want to talk about these things, you know? And especially when it's a Black person, we crucify them.
Mm-hmm.
But what about these athletes with the domestic violence who's beating on their wives? And I am not condoning a man getting up and slapping another man. He should have said something to him.
Like a warning.
But, but, you know, he got a standing ovation when he got his award right after it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
The fact that he was able to still get his award after going on live television and open hand slapping a man. I mean, this man gave him palm thunder.
Right.
He still was able to get his award.
He gave him the pimpin'.
Well, this is what I'm going to do.
The crossface.
I'm going to say some scenarios that everybody is thinking. That everybody is thinking.
Okay.
I ain't want to cut you off, Cinema.
No.
But I'm about to go.
But come in. Come in.
Now, to get to what you said, Zach Kears, you know where we from. You know where we all from. Okay?
Yeah.
Usually there have been many times, and there have been liquor poured out. There have been candlelight visuals for many people who have gotten deleted just from going up on somebody and slapping them and fighting them or whatever because of something happened with their girl. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Right.
There are men and women who are not here today because of what'd you say? You know what I'm saying?
My girl. Yeah,
because they were quote unquote protecting their women. And now they're going or they're in prison behind bars and now they can't even protect her no more. How about that? You've been taken away from your family. Oh, wait, now you can't even protect your woman no more. What, you gonna protect her from prison?
You can't.
Now, what would have happened, hear me out, if that joke was said by a man by the name of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Would Will Smith would have walked up on that stage and slapped him?
I'm going to answer that right away. I don't think so.
Thank you. So Will knew exactly who he was slapping. He looked at Chris Rock. Chris Rock is he's another 50-something-year-old man. He's probably 150 pounds, soaking wet, with rocks in his front pocket, wine bottles in his back pockets, and about a good 10 pounds of weights on his jackets on a good day. You know what I'm saying?
On a good
day. On a good day, he's 150 with all of that on him. Right?
Yeah.
That's one.
And secondly, he slapped a man who he felt, well, even if he would have hit me back, maybe I could still wash him. You know? But there's no way if The Rock was up there and he would have said probably worse. If he would have said, hey, Jada, love you. See you in the next Mr. Clean commercial. Hello. That's worse than a G.I. Jane. You know what I'm saying? Will would have laughed, right? And then Jada would have looked at him and Will would have said, hey, that's The Rock. I'm sorry, but he got that one. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's no way, and I'm not trying to put The Rock against Will Smith, but I'm just making a point that he knew who he was slapping.
Right.
Secondly,
exactly.
What if he would have slapped and hear me out? Y'all know this man's situation. What if he would have slapped Patrick Neil Harris? That's Doogie Howser for those who don't know.
Career over.
And you know why, right? And you know why, right?
Yeah, and we ain't gonna go there.
Okay.
You should catch it. Right.
Wait, what if he would have slapped
the highest of high fives?
Right. What if he would have slapped a man by the name of Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh man.
And I'm gonna
Yeah,
say his last
Will-
name again. Seinfeld.
Will would have been Will would have been in prison.
He would have got locked up on stage. He would have got handcuffed on stage. As a matter of fact, it would have been
Yep.
so bad they would have handcuffed his feet.
Yep.
They would have handcuffed his ankles.
Hold him still.
Yeah.
The second that slap happened, security would have been on top of his body.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. It would have looked like Naked Gun 33 and a third. That's what it would have looked like.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yo,
Exactly.
yo, it would have been over. Yo, and let me tell you something. His career, listen, he's being punished already because they said that he's been banned. First it was, well, I'm going to withdraw from the academy. Well, whatever, because they don't want you anyway. Then he's banned for 10 years, okay? Chris Rock dropped the charges. But all I'm saying is, if he would have slapped somebody from the alphabet community, or if he would have slapped somebody from the Israel community, his career would have been done.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't have been no, let me make a statement. No, you'll be making a statement from freaking jail.
Yep. Yeah, it's true.
From LA County.
But you slapped another black man. But you slapped another black man, and you know ain't no protection for that.
It's true.
And secondly, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If Chris Rock's brother Tony Rock was there, they would have got busy.
Oh yeah. It's true.
Tony Rock from all of us. He made a statement. He said my brother Tony said my brother got a lot more to lose than me.
Yeah. I seen the Tony Rock.
I seen the interview.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, great.
So here's the teachable moment. I know it took a while for us to get there, but the teachable moment is, as a man, you don't want to be gaslighted like that, because you could lose your life. Now on the other side, yes, respect should be there. I get it, but at least offer that man a warning. At least say, yo, all Will had to do to Chris Rock is do this.
That's it.
And Chris would have understood the assignment. Right. Because from what I'm hearing, him and Chris were on good terms. How are y'all on good terms and you slap him?
Exactly.
That's what I was told. I was told from my resources that Chris Rock and Will Smith are on good terms. So you don't go ahead and slap another man on good terms.
That's weird.
So something's wrong. I think something else is wrong there. Yeah. That,
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Could have been worse. This could have been in the streets. Because my question is, Will knows the environment he was in. Will, in the streets, are you going up on somebody and slapping them? Because where I'm from, where all of us are from, typically when a man try to test your gangster like that, it's possible that he got the means to protect what he's saying too.
Right.
Number one, not even just a slap. Yeah. Being loose with your mouth.
Yeah.
Being loose with your mouth is reckless.
Yeah.
Extremely reckless.
Oh yeah.
I feel like in a lot of Now go ahead, some my bad.
So the whole thing is, it was handled wrong.
Yeah.
It was we know it was handled wrong.
Right.
And the whole thing is, a lot of y'all, we can't get to that point. We got to get the help that we need.
Right. Right.
Before we get to that place. Because when we get to that place, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remove yourself from the situation so you can calm down, get your bearings, get your mind right. Because a lot of stuff is like, I'm going through a lot of change because, I'm from city, now I'm in straight country.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, You got to get your mind right. You're dealing,
Series. Ooh, man.
and
Yeah.
it's like if you're not willing, like for me, it's like us, me, you guys know me. I'll speak for myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like me blowing an industry opportunity doesn't matter because you guys know how I want to be anyway.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, go ahead.
But the whole thing is, you don't even have to go out like that.
Right.
You don't have to go out like that to
Right.
do it. You could just remove yourself from the situation.
Right.
And that's what a lot of times, it's easy to remove yourself from the situation because everybody wants you to explain, and they're not going to understand.
Hollywood, to add to your point, I'm gonna let you go again, and I want to hear Zacchaeus.
Okay, no problem.
Hollywood will show you exactly how they feel about you
Right.
by closing doors on you.
Right.
Wow.
Because they feel that you need them.
Right.
So, yes, Will had a lot to lose in that situation. Chris Rock doesn't have anything that says that he can't do this show, that show, and a movie deal close the door on him. As far as I'm concerned, Chris Rock is fine.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So Hollywood is also showing Will Smith who was right and who was wrong in that situation.
Right.
Because otherwise, why are we hearing production being stopped? Why are we hearing that certain actors and actresses now don't want to work with Will because they deem him unsafe? You have comedians saying, you have comedians right now from the Nabisco treat side of the game, if you know what I'm trying to say by that. They're saying, hey man, I would hate to get up there and do a set because I'm concerned somebody's gonna Will Smith me. So now Will Smith has become a metaphor. Now let's go deep into that. Will Smith is a black man. So the word Will Smith will be used against who people, Cinema Zacchaeus? Thank you.
Us.
Exactly.
I don't need to say no more.
And it happened.
Come on, Zach.
And it happened the next day when I saw Undisputed and Skip and Shannon were talking, and Skip said in a joke way, "Hey man, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, but don't go Will Smith on me."
Wow. Now that's gonna be a saying now.
Right. Exactly. Because, as a black person, they're waiting to tarnish your legacy.
Yes. And if any little slip up, that's why we always and I think our parents used, well, if they grew up in a black conscious home, they say you gotta cross your I's and dot your T's. We can't be like those other folks.
Right.
You gotta cross your I's and dot your T, meaning that this entertainment industry is very fickle, and what some folks would get away with, different folks with different strokes. What some folks would get away with, we can. And Will Smith is just reminded of that. That sometimes when they get emotional and jump off and lose their cool, they get second chances and certain privileges are not taken away. Seems like all our privileges are taken away right away.
Immediately.
Look.
And I've experienced it in life. But like, if I've ever done something on that level, I've planned to burn the bridge. That's all I say. Because the whole thing is, I dealt with having a temper young. Now I don't. It's like I don't have time for it. It's like I need to do what I need to do, because you get a lot of opinions and a lot of things. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. But to your point, I think you said it very eloquently, and Fifth said it very eloquently. It's like, being a black man, there's more at stake for the things we do.
Yes, and one to see Bad Boy for, but
it is so bad that people don't even know what the heck Will Smith won the award for.
Yeah,
wow.
It got overshadowed that much. Samuel Jackson gets an Oscar. It was off camera because of what went on that night, and nobody's even talking about that.
Yeah, that whole the
It overshadowed everything. Nobody
Oh, but
remembers. Nobody remembers a single film that night.
Nope.
Do you?
No,
No.
I don't.
I didn't even watch it though.
Right. I mean,
I woke up
I
the
didn't
next
either.
day and got blitzed.
Right.
And I saw the slap heard around the world.
Right.
Like what?
Let me tell you something.
I didn't either. The slap was. Think about it. The slap was the slap gate was so bad that it overshadowed other awards after it.
Historic awards.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a lot of. I went back and looked. A lot of historic things happened, and it's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
The
That's
Grammys
It's like-
happened.
It's like the Source Awards all over again.
The Grammys happens. The Grammys happens the next week, and people are still talking about the slap.
Yeah, yeah.
Ironically, you remember the Chris Rock show, right? When he talked about getting there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he said we made steps, and then the Source Award took us back. Will Smith just took us back, just like that Chris Rock skit. Isn't it ironic?
See.
Yeah.
We were almost there, but then the whole Source Awards went around, and we went all the way back to the bottom.
That's so true.
Yeah. Let
Oh
this.
my
But
Yeah.
can
go
I
ahead.
bring up one point?
Yes.
before
Yes.
we
Please.
go on?
Please. Yeah.
Yes.
My uncle was like, if he was listening and paying attention, that G.I. Jane was a great movie pitch.
Yeah.
It would have been
Dem-
perfect for
Demi
Jada.
Moore,
Right
yeah.
now, especially on The Secret after
Yeah.
Demi Moore.
Yeah.
He's like, Chris Rock just served you, and you instead of playing ball, and you
Yeah.
slapped it away. That's what he said.
That,
Hey, you-
that
hey,
could have been her role.
And you know what?
That
You
could've-
you got a you actually got a good point.
That's
You
my
actually got a
uncle's
good point. Because let's name movies where women had to shave her head is already shaved. But let's
Exactly.
name movies where women had to shave their head. We know
Guardians of the Galaxy.
yes, we mentioned G.I. Jane, right?
Mhm.
V for Vendetta.
For Vendetta, my girl.
So maybe a few movies that what's her name did.
Black Panther.
Right.
Black
Panther.
Yeah. Black Panther. Yeah.
Who knows? She could have been somebody on the Dora Milaje.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's probably sending you something for you to good idea,
Yeah.
put it in people's minds, and you don't recognize the moment.
Oh, and also you can get doors closed in your face due to association. So even though Will did the slap, they could say, well, you know what, Jada, we don't want you because we don't want a situation where Will feel like he gotta defend you on set. So oh well.
Well, the last thing Jada was in was the new Matrix.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Naomi.
so let's do this,
Yeah.
right? Because we don't want to forget this point. We talked about Will and breaking points. But one thing we have to do is we have to go to the origin before we get to the event. Jada
Exactly.
Pinkett, the worst thing to happen to that marriage publicly was for Jada Pinkett to do red table talk. You know why? Because there are things we know about that marriage that we never knew in life. There were rumors, there was speculation, there was hearsay, and there was gossip. That's one thing. But then you get on a platform on Facebook Watch, wherever it's on, Red Table
Yeah, it
Talk,
is.
and you put out dirty laundry about yourself and about your superstar, megastar, ultra duper star, legendary actor husband. Okay? And then because you have to, one of the things you have to respect is discretion. Discretion. Zach Keys, you know about that. You're a married man. Okay?
Yeah.
That's
You
like
could
that-
teach us a few
that's-
things.
That's like you. That's like you getting on because we have a platform. Maybe not be as big as Red Table Talk. I mean, this is man table talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we that's like you getting on here and you airing out dirty laundry between you and your wife. You would be wrong for that. you would be held
She-
accountable for that, right?
Yeah,
Right.
they put it on a platter, and what she did was she exposed. Which I thought was just downright like not. It's just too exposed. You
She
know,
said,
put
she
all
said,
the
Milk,
business of
she,
it.
she, she,
I
she,
had I had an
Entanglement.
entanglement. Okay, we
Yeah.
don't need to know all that,
Yeah.
man.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, my bad.
yeah,
My
yeah,
phone
yeah,
popped
yeah.
open.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to have no copyright strikes.
Exactly.
So,
That's why I'm like, oops.
you know, you got you got the
She
brother
put it
out
all
here.
out there.
You put it like
And-
this. I also started thinking, Zacchaeus, I'm gonna get the mic back to you. That Will probably felt like he's defending himself. He probably got tired of people calling him soft, saying, "Yo, your wife run your marriage." August Alsina. And the one thing that we have to recognize is that if we can see you fly off the handle like that, then now people know exactly how to trigger you, Will.
Yes,
And they ain't gonna be like Chris Rock. They will sue you.
It's true. It's true.
Ask Mike
It's true.
Tyson.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, it's true. They ain't gonna be no Chris Rock in it. They're gonna be like, yo, a lawsuit, everything he got. You know,
They'll probably play it all out. Let Will
Yeah.
slap somebody in the streets. They're gonna fall down, hit the ground, limp body, probably even shake him,
Yeah.
having a convulsion.
all you gotta do is just mention Jada's name.
Yeah, all you got to
He's
do.
he's in therapy right now. Before that, he's in a clinic or somewhere.
Oh, allegedly,
Oh, yeah?
right? We're still trying to
Allegedly.
clarify that one. Yeah,
Allegedly, there's
yeah,
that you know.
Well,
You don't know.
yeah.
You know,
hmm
it's a lot,
yeah,
and it's like when Chappelle was talking about Hollywood. You got to know the beast that you're working in,
I
and that's
I just
that
want
whole James
Right.
Lipton interview.
right. And you know what? Comedy show. I mean, I get it. It's not a comedy show. He's a comedian, Chris Rock. It wasn't a comedy show. But the point I'm trying to make is, I want men to understand this. The most masculine thing you could do as a man is have self-control. Self-control. Okay? Losing self-control, flying off the handle, and da-da-da-da-da. That's a feminine trait. Okay?
Emotions get
So
involved.
you have to
Yeah.
you gotta remain frame, as we say, remain frame. And if your wife is in danger and in self-defense, that's a whole nother story. But I do not think alopecia is a life-threatening disease. It's not cancer. She's not dying. She just so happens to have some bald spots, and so she shaved her head to pay a tribute to Tupac. Oh, I'm sorry. She shaved her head because she didn't want to have the bald spots exposed. Anyway,
Anyway,
okay, I was wrong for that. God forgive me. But
Moving right along.
but the thing,
right
but the thing is this: she was not in any danger. Chris Rock didn't say anything like, "Yo, such and such, I'm gonna do something to you, Jada, because you shaved your head." I can understand that. Then by all means, Will, get up and run over there. That's different.
right. Yeah, right.
So that's the teachable moment we want to have here. And also, you got a wife out there talking reckless. You might have a bigger problem than alopecia. Just saying.
Mhm.
If it was on, I hit you right there. My MIDI controls right here, but it ain't on. I hit you with the church hit. Hit you with the church hit.
Now they claim that they claim that Will and Jada were gonna talk about it on Red Table Talk. Alleged rumors have it that they're gonna invite Chris Rock. Chris Rock said, well, people from his camp said that he's not doing any interviews until he gets paid. So Chris wants to talk about it, but he wants to capitalize off of it, and I'm not mad at that because it
Please,
happened.
that's
It happened to
right.
you, right? It happened to you. You should be able to monetize it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I want to get to what you're saying, Zacchaeus, about what Umar Johnson said. I didn't miss that. Umar Johnson is talking about being on code, and he's saying that Chris Rock has been off code for years. I don't disagree with that. because
Right.
Chris Rock had a special. I think I don't know if it was hosted by him or Jerry Seinfeld. It was Seinfeld, Louis C.K. and him and Chris Rock. They were all together, and Louis dropped the N word, and Jerry Seinfeld was like, I don't think he should be allowed to do that. And Chris Rock was kind of somewhat low key co-signing. So I know some people. I know Umar's.
I remember that.
From what I understand, Umar is basically saying, well, he deserved that slap for being off code. That's a different conversation because he wasn't that had nothing to do with that night.
Right.
If you want to get on a man for being off code, that's one thing. If you want to silence him within the community for being off code, that's another. We've had many conversations about that on 2 shows of ours.
Right.
Okay.
See?
So we're not afraid to
Both of them.
talk about that. We're just talking about within the context of what happened that night. And on that night, Will looked like the aggressor.
Yeah.
And he was wrong. And as a teachable moment to men everywhere and women. Oh, let me say something to the ladies. Kind of waited to do this. If you are, yes, you're supposed to protect your wife. Said the words wife 3 times. Okay.
Yes.
Provision and protection, according to the scripture, is for wives. There are a lot of women out here who are just girlfriends, and they want the provision and the protection that God said is for a husband and a wife. Y'all know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Ladies, do not weaponize that in a relationship to leverage and get what it is that you want out of that man. And sticking with the scripture, a wife has a role in having protection as well. May not be in the same way a man is, but a wife protecting her husband would be if something happens in a public area where somebody did something, she goes to her husband and she goes, hey, I think I want to go home. I think it's time to go home. And then she could later on, when she get home, say, hey, I didn't want to tell this to you at the place because I thought something happened, but, a man offended me deeply. Okay? That's protection because she's protecting her husband from harming someone or being harmed. Or worse than that, killed or going to prison. That's protection. I'm going to protect my wife because I see some danger happening, so I'm going to shield the both of us so that so that she don't get hurt. And if I get hurt, at least I take the beating, but she's safe. You know what I'm saying? Because if I go, then she's here and she can watch after the kids. You know what I'm saying? That protection. Protection from other women. Right? Because women start stuff too in public things. A woman wants to fight my wife. It's my job to get my wife out of there. I don't want my wife getting into a fight with another woman. Right? Okay? So protection is on both sides. So I'm tired of seeing some women out here saying, yeah, if my man do that, I want him to have that Will Smith energy. Really? You want him to have that Will Smith energy? So you want your man to have Will Smith energy while you have the energy of Jezebel? The energy of Delilah? Really? That's what you want?
Facts, yeah, man.
What you should have is the energy of Mary. The energy of a virtuous woman. That gladly needs to be protected. Okay? Not some woman who's for the streets. She belongs to the streets.
The screech.
Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
You got. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm hearing things that's pissing me off, man. You know, you don't get to act. You don't get to be in the streets and act like a pit bull. And then you want, and then, but you want somebody to still protect you. No.
Facts, yeah, man.
I don't know. I sometimes you talk like that, you get canceled. But I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help men and women out here. I don't think it is honorable for you to put yourself in a situation where you jeopardize both of your lives. Like I said, self-defense is another thing. Self-defense meaning, somebody just hauled off and slapped your wife. At that point, everything's out the window now. But if it's a situation where a man said from 50 yards away, you're not in any danger 50 yards away. Or however how far the walk was from where Will was sitting and from where Chris was standing on stage. It's time to go. Even a man who's being confronted man to man on some dangerous stuff knows to say, hey, you know what? Let me get on out of here before I do something I regret. It's time to go, baby. I got some sucker over there running his mouth. So let's get on out of here. Because otherwise I'm gonna do something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or the wisdom to diffuse.
Right, diffuse the situation.
You try to diffuse and try to do everything to diffuse the situation before it escalates.
Right.
When it escalates, it wasn't because of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's bad when and that's another thing talking about Will. This is why I say teachable moment. You don't want to find yourself in this situation in your relationship or marriage. You got your daughter writing a death letter to Tupac while you got a whole father and husband at home to your mother. Father to you, Willow, and husband to Jada. Talking about Tupac. Can you come back and make my mom happy? And then that'll make me happy? That doesn't feel good. I'm sure that doesn't feel good. No disrespect to Tupac. This has nothing really to do with Tupac at all. So I'm not saying this to be disrespectful to his memory. But I'm saying as a husband and a father, that's disrespectful to know that that's what's going on. And the only way Willow could write a letter like that is to be listening to what Jada, her mother, is saying.
Mm-hmm.
There is a cause and effect. Everything that Will has done has been reactive. And everything Jada has done is proactive. Every time you turn around, Will got to defend himself. Or quote unquote defend her. Like that clip that went viral, old clip that went viral now, when Jada put the thing on him, the phone on him, and she said, would you say that such and such has been helping us gel things together? And he goes, I would say that you should ask me first before you start filming me. And what did he say? I don't think you should start filming me. My social media is my bread and butter. I'm just standing in my house. And then Jada's like, you know what? I'm still dealing with this foolishness, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, Jada, you don't even respect the man enough to give him some privacy. From being broadcasted. Like, why does everything... That's another thing about discretion. Why does everything got to be on social media, man? Jada, you're on your show talking about you used to be a sex addict and you was out there getting, clapped, you was out there. You was out there, I'm just saying, Jada, you're out there on Red Table Talk talking about how you was, getting bust down. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
listen, for Will to get so upset, your wife is already out there. She's already exposed.
She said that she didn't want to be married. She didn't want to be a wife. She said she was crying on the wedding night because she thought, oh God, now I got to be a wife. And another thing I want to say about Will. It's not about me feeling sorry for Will, but I need to say something. As a man, you don't have that much confidence in yourself or your self-worth that you still insist on marrying a woman who doesn't want to be a wife, to the point where you subjected yourself to making a girlfriend be a wife. Every woman that has a ring on her finger who walked down the aisle who said I do is not a wife. Hello. You're just a wife by paper, but you're not a wife. You're just a married woman, but you're not a wife. Does anybody hear me out there? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the audience. Yep. I know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You got to be a wife is something you are before you get married. A woman who is not a wife with a wedding, I'll say it again. A woman who has said I do does not make her a wife. It just makes her a woman who is married.
That's right. Facts. So, yeah.
I feel like I made my point. I'm gonna give the mic to y'all, man, and we're gonna close out soon.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Before I say something that really gets me canceled, all of us. Hey, please, man, listen. This is
I'm already Michael Weston in church circles, man.
This is episode 1 of season 3 of the Round Circle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Being camped up. We trying to start this off right. You know what I mean?
Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready.
This ain't typical. Y'all know Fifth. Y'all should be used to Fifth. I've been waiting to talk. I've been waiting to talk about this topic. I've seen people get in these podcasts and say reckless stuff.
Oh yeah, forget about it.
Don't make no sense. They taking everything out of context. And then when you ask them, well, what would you do if you was in that man's situation? They'll say, well, I wouldn't be in that man's situation because I don't have a wife like that. Well, God bless you. That means you did the work to make sure that you wouldn't end up in that situation. But what about the men out there who are not married yet, who are still trying to find their wife? We got to teach them that this is not okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got to teach women who want to be wives that that's not okay.
Yeah.
Right. And men, you got to be as ready as the women need to be ready.
Amen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Facts. Dude, yeah.
Please, that's what people. I ain't even gonna go there.
Okay.
It's too much stuff close to me. I can't even speak on that right now.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be misconstrued.
Hey, listen,
like I'm saying something about somebody.
I'm holding my tongue too. With
I know
an affiliated situation, but I'm speaking.
Yeah.
For the context of, don't follow Will's lead when it comes to that, but follow Will Smith's lead in the sense of being a person who's very determined, who is very active, and who is very dedicated to his career. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Don't aspire to Will and Jada as marriage goals. You don't want that marriage.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Marriage is hard enough when it's the right person.
Hey.
Yeah. I know you know that.
Hello.
Yes, definitely, for sure.
Hello.
Because it's work, and that's the whole thing. It's a commitment. And if you're not ready to commit, don't do it. That's why back in my 20s, I knew who I was. And so I wasn't looking for it. People was mad at me. But I'm like, nah, this ain't the time.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I knew myself.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. When when you want to do things because it's supposed to be this and this and this, and your heart, you ain't ready for it yet.
No.
Over the years, people think I could get into it and fix it. Nah.
No.
Your foundation is everything when you do stuff like that.
Everything. Oh yeah.
And I know from experience. See, the whole thing is I could speak on preparing, but I ain't been in the thick.
Right.
I ain't been in the thick of it yet.
Yeah. So, and that's what it is, man. I mean, what you want, if you feel the heart desire that you want to be married, especially do not get, and this is a lesson too, do not get with somebody that don't really want to be married. Don't get with somebody don't get with somebody that wants to be get into swinging, and unless you have that open marriage, open relationship, but don't do it. Always try to be on the same page, and I think that's a lesson too. That makes men go crazy when the woman is not on the same. When you're crazy over her, but she's not so crazy over you, it has to be mutual.
Okay.
Lessons.
I hear you.
Mhm.
I hear you.
Facts.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I hear you.
Take
That's
that
a,
to
that's a,
heart.
yeah.
Yes.
That's yeah. I don't necessarily. I guess I had a final thought. Any of y'all have any final thoughts about tonight? About everything we
Nah,
talked about?
I'm good.
You
No,
good?
I'm good
You
too.
good? Okay.
I'm good too.
All right, we're gonna end it off. Matter of fact, hold on me. I'm gonna do something different for y'all. Next show, I'll have the your social media tags in the screen, but y'all yell it out. Zacchaeus, where can they reach you?
Yo, you can reach me on Facebook, Wayne Backus 167. That's Wayne Backus 167 on Facebook if you want to reach me. Also on Instagram, Zacchaeus Music, Wayne Backus, Wayne Backus Gospel on Instagram. That's on Instagram. Zacchaeus Music, Wayne Backus Gospel on Instagram, also on Twitter, Wayne Backus 2, at Wayne Backus 2 on Twitter. Yeah, you can check me out. Yeah.
Cinema. Where can they reach you?
Cinemascapes on IG, Cinemascapes on Twitter, Cinemascapes TTV on IG and Facebook. I think that's about it. And then everybody else.
Okay.
And you're here if you follow the Live Cinema podcast, because I'm putting this on that page. So
Right,
if you're
right.
there,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So if you follow my little nerdy podcast,
Yeah.
the live cinema pod,
Right.
That's
Mhm.
what's up. That's what's up. Y'all can reach me at the Fifth General on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All right. Well, we'll see y'all on another episode of the Round Circle. See y'all next time. Peace.
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 Peace, y'all. Mm-hmm.